This is Nightline.
Tonight, murder for hire? The star of Ghost Adventure.
Right there, these two are like tingling.
At the center of a shocking alleged murder for hire plot.
While we see him hunting ghosts, presumably and allegedly, his wife has been planning on hunting him in one way, shape, or form.
His estranged wife in court today.
Victoria Goodwin.
How prosecutors say she plotted with a convicted murderer to kill her husband. Plus, Blink 182.
Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home.
Mark Hoppus, the megawatt frontman of hits like All the Small Things, his life or death story.
To be honest with you, I thought I was going to pass. I felt like my luck had run out.
That battle coming after drummer Travis Barker almost died in a plane crash.
My friends say I should have my age. What's my age again? What's my age again?
How the band is still together after all those years. And the big surprise from the What's My Age Again Rockets this summer.
What's my age again?
And Game of Clones. The return of the ancient cry of the wolves from Game of Thrones. Not heard in thousands of years.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It has the makings of a true crime thriller. The once seemingly loving couple, a popular reality show host and his wife, they appear to have it all. But now she's accused in a stunning murder for hire plot. Here's ABC's Ashin Singh.
Victoria Goodwin, 25 CR 020105.
This small, unassuming Las Vegas courtroom is the epicenter of a cross-country murder for hire plot. 32-year-old Victoria Cadenas Goodwin, shackled at the waist and wrists, accused of trying to hire a hitman to take down her own husband, popular ghost hunter Aaron Goodwin, star of Discovery Channel's hit series, Ghost Adventures.
I'm not liking it. I'm uncomfortable. I kind of want to leave.
The case against Victoria Goodwin has all the elements of a true crime series. It has a wife who is seeking to have her husband allegedly murdered, an inmate who's incarcerated for not just one, but 3 homicides, and a celebrity husband in the middle. It has the makings of not just a true crime series, but of a movie.
On Ghost Adventures, you're seeing Aaron and his fellow ghost hunters doing this paranormal investigations, and they travel around and conduct these, experiments trying to get answers to the unknown. This show is insanely popular. It has this colossal cult-like following. It's huge.
From Ireland's countryside
I feel like I got touched by something I shouldn't have been touched by.
to haunted basements,
Maybe it found me as a vessel.
to an old mining town in California,
Right there, these two are like tingly.
Aaron has hunted for ghosts around the world.
While we see him hunting ghosts, presumably and allegedly, his wife has been planning on hunting him in one way, shape, or form.
Victoria Goodwin, arrested in March on charges of solicitation to commit murder and conspiracy to murder, and is being held on $100,000 bail. An arrest report describing the shocking details of the alleged plot. Victoria allegedly began exchanging messages with the convicted murderer Grant Amato after seeing the true crime docuseries Control-Alt-Desire that featured his twisted tale of sex, obsession, and violence.
All right, let's get involved and hope we don't die.
Victoria started watching the documentary, and it was from there that she took interest in Grant Amato. She really started reaching out to him, and she eventually said that she fell in love with him.
Amato is currently serving a life sentence in a Florida prison after brutally killing his parents and brother.
This is not the first time, and I don't think it'll be the last time, that we've seen people who have fantasized and romanticized people who are incarcerated for very serious crimes. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Menendez brothers. We've seen people both curious in terms of their legal case, but also curious about them and having some romanticization.
According to the arrest report, Victoria admitted to messaging Amato, saying they were pen pals, that she was lonely, and that she and Aaron were going through problems in their marriage. The report further describing how she and Amato discussed how much they are in love, and how her husband would not accept divorce. Authorities say the messages were more than romantic. They were criminal.
Victoria Goodwin allegedly gives information to Grant Amato as to where her husband Aaron will be and what time, what hotel, who he'll be with, photos of who her husband is, and so it's very specific information that no one else could really know except for someone in his inner circle, namely his wife.
Investigators say the hit was supposed to happen in October of last year. Aaron was filming his show at the time in Calico Ghost Town in California. At one point, Victoria allegedly messages Amato, "How did I get to this point? Am I a bad person? Because I chose to end his existence, not divorce." She even describes her nerves, allegedly sending a message to Amato, "I'm so anxious, LOLOL. I just can't believe it's happening." Like, what? The alleged messages between he and Victoria were discovered after his contraband phone was seized and later analyzed. Authorities in Florida alerting their counterparts in Vegas.
This murder plot never was ever able to be carried out. But of course, Victoria was arrested.
The fact that the reason this case got cracked wide open wasn't because they attempted a murder, it wasn't because it failed, but because they found the cell phone of the inmate inside of his cell. And if they didn't find that cell phone, the question now becomes, could it have worked? Could Aaron Goodwin be dead today but for finding that phone?
When authorities came to the Goodwins' Vegas residence to search and question Victoria, she denied wanting her husband to be killed and said she had been daydreaming of being in a different situation, but no longer felt that way.
Aaron has said very little since his wife's arrest. He's been virtually silent throughout all of this, with the exception of thanking his fans for their support on Instagram.
On Instagram, Aaron posting a smiling face emoji and writing, "Thank you everyone for all the love and support through this emotionally trying time. It has really helped a lot, and I appreciate you all." He has since filed for divorce. The saga, a far cry from the love story the two so happily captured on Instagram, repeatedly showing a happy couple. From decorating a spooky-themed Christmas tree early in their marriage, to Aaron posting a picture kissing his wife on New Year's. To less than 2 weeks before her arrest, Victoria sharing a video of her Valentine's Day gift for Aaron and posting, "I love you."
Victoria and Aaron's love story seemed very beautiful, I think, to a lot of people. It seemed like everything was romantic and beautiful, but obviously it was not. And there really was no indication that things were as bad as she talked about via text messages.
By the time Victoria came into Aaron's life, he'd been on ghost adventures for over a decade.
Whoa.
Nightline was with Aaron and his co-stars back in 2012.
People have been experiencing paranormal activity.
My colleague Lindsay Davis, spending time with the team.
Lindsay, the thing with paranormal investigating is it can happen when you least expect it.
Relief doesn't begin to describe how thankful I was it didn't happen on my watch.
I forgot to tell you one thing. Sometimes the experience follows you home. So will you let us know if anything?
Yeah, will you let us know?
Of course.
In court today, attorneys indicated that a plea deal is being negotiated. Prosecutors have agreed to drop the solicitation to murder charge if Victoria pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit murder.
Ms. Goodwin, did you hear the negotiations put on record by the state?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Victoria indicated she would formally enter a guilty plea at a later court hearing. She could face a maximum of 10 years in prison. For Aaron, his paranormal investigations continue. The show launching a new season next week.
They're probably going to get even more eyeballs tuned in because there's so many more people who are now aware of who Aaron Goodwin is and want to find out more about what it is that he does based off of what's happening in his personal life right now. There's great irony in the fact that, considering what Aaron does for a living, that this is probably going to be the thing that haunts him forever.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back. Blink-182 frontman Mark Hoppus, how the band known for hits like All the Small Things has managed to stay together through life and death struggles. Mark Hoppus' life has had its twists and turns and ups and downs. But the 53-year-old frontman for the band Blink-182 is doing what he loves, despite his own serious health challenges and this devastating accident that nearly destroyed the group. Here's ABC's Chris Connolly.
We played our own instruments, we wrote our own songs, for better or worse. We were just ourselves.
They were the class of 1999. The class clowns, that is. Blink-182.
And that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Blink's Mark Hoppus singing What's My Age Again, its naked and unafraid video lifting their cheerful, full-throttle music to the top of the charts.
People wanted to laugh. Everything was very produced and slick and beautiful and choreographed and very precise. I think people wanted something a little more dirty, a little more fun, and a little more authentic.
Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home.
For their mega hit All the Small Things, Blink parodied a host of boy band music videos.
And the whole time I'm like, this sucks, it's not funny, nobody's gonna get the joke, and I was wrong.
It was so massive.
It was. It got retired from MTV.
He's been a fan favorite ever since. Now in his new memoir, Fahrenheit 182, a 53-year-old Mark Hoppus is serving up the comedy and drama of Blink 182's career, sharing intimate details of his own life or death story.
There's a photo in your book that you describe as being the worst day of your life.
So that was after round 2 of chemotherapy. I felt like my body was on fire and I get crazy sick and I'm throwing up into the toilet and my hair had all fallen out. So I took a picture. I'm like, if I ever get better from this, I'm gonna look at this picture and thank God for every single day afterwards.
Mark Hoppus's days began near a military base in Southern California, born to loving parents who divorced when he was in elementary school.
I was a total latchkey kid. I was in 5th grade and I would wake up in the morning, get myself ready for school, go to school, come home, do all my homework, make my own dinner, and put myself to bed before my dad got home. And that was normal.
You were like generationally bred to be in a band, weren't you?
Totally, yeah. We got the live show.
Drawn to the life of a dude in a band, he'd spend much of the 90s in close quarters, going gig to gig in a van from Blink's San Diego home base.
You weren't even taking showers in those days, right?
No.
Most of the time.
There would be weeks, this is so shameful. Our van was hell on earth. We called it the Millennium Falcon and we loved it. It smelled like a dumpster behind a restaurant. Go Trig boy, it's your birthday.
There'd be a Blink 182 cameo in American Pie. Those big hits came as Travis Barker on drums joined with Mark and his BFF, singer-guitarist Tom DeLonge.
And then we went from playing like theaters to headlining Madison Square Garden.
But the summit to plummet of life off the road messed with Mark's head.
It felt empty, it really did. And then I'd be home and I was lonely and struggling and I was getting depressed, and so I wrote a song about it called Adam's Song.
I'm too depressed to go on. You'll be sorry when I'm gone.
And I'm really proud of that song and the statement that it made and the honesty of me saying like, I am happy, I love my band, I love my friends, I love to laugh, I love making other people laugh, but I also have times when I just get really depressed and struggle.
How did it help you to say that out loud?
Kind of in the same way that I think that writing the book helped me. I hold a lot of things in, but when I finally say it, it helps me, just to get it out.
Mark would later seek out a therapist and take medication to curb his OCD. With the Blink 182 rock show in full swing, amid the year 2000's insane spike in his own celebrity, Mark got married to MTV talent executive Sky Everly.
In the middle of all the craziest thing that can happen to people, you found the love of your life.
And I was lucky. I found the love of my life at the right time, who totally changed my life in the best possible way. And we've been married for almost 25 years, and we have a son who's awesome. Yeah, I couldn't be happier.
Blink 182 would also endure, even while going through tragedies and life transitions that have busted up other bands with humble beginnings.
When we started off, Tom was still in high school, Travis was working as a trash man in Laguna Beach, and I was living at my mom's house.
Later, there'd be creative and personal issues that saw Tom DeLonge go his own way more than once. The 2008 plane crash that nearly took Travis Barker's life, and his subsequent high-profile marriage to Kourtney Kardashian. Still, Blink 182 carried on. Only then.
My son was away at college, I was playing video games, and I felt a lump over here. And I was like, that feels weird. That's big. I don't know if I felt that before. So it turned out to be a deadly lymphoma.
We think of you as the most positive guy, the most exuberant guy. What's that like for someone like you to go through?
To be honest with you, I thought I was going to pass. I felt like my luck had run out. I felt like I'd been so blessed in my life, not only with our band. Nobody gets to do what our band gets to do. Nobody has gotten to do what our band does. I was blessed with an amazing wife and an awesome son, and the bill had come due. Like, you've had your luck for long enough. Now it's time to pay the fiddler.
Mark would undergo 6 rounds of chemo before news from his oncologist.
My doctor was so awesome. After my last round, I'm like, hey, I got a clean bill of health. Like, they say there's no cancer. What do I do now? And he said, now you go live your life.
And where did you begin to live that life, Mark?
I left the doctor's office and we went to a Mexican restaurant here in Los Angeles called El Coyote, and I got drunk at 11 o'clock in the morning. It was the best day of my life. That's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23, and I'm still more amused by TV shows.
Here in his home studio, Mark would relearn how to sing hits like What's My Age Again to compensate for chemo's effects on his vocal cords, so that just as they did at Lollapalooza 2024, Blink could rock once more and will again on tour late this summer.
Do you feel sometimes like you're running a time machine for people? Like you're sending people back to what their teenage days were?
I hope that the energy of a Blink-182 show, and that's how we feel about it, is come to the show, have fun with your friends, have moments of heartbreak, have moments of inspiration, and walk out going, that was a great time.
Our thanks to Chris. Up next. The howl not heard since the Stone Age, how a long-extinct wolf made famous in Game of Thrones was brought back to life. And finally tonight, you may remember the dire wolf from the hit series Game of Thrones. The species died out thousands of years ago, but now they're back. With their foreboding presence, all-knowing eyes, and undying loyalty, dire wolves were as much a part of Game of Thrones as the actors themselves. Now a team of scientists with colossal biosciences say they have managed to bring these creatures who last roamed the Earth 10,000 years ago back from extinction. The first time an extinct species has ever come back to life. The team extracted high-quality DNA from dire wolf fossils and combine that with the genome of a gray wolf.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves because they're very closely related. And we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Colossal's Chief Animal Officer Matt James is in charge of taking care of the 3 dire wolves, Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi.
The responsibility lies on me and my team in order to make sure that those animals live the best life possible.
Dr. Robert Klitzman is a bioethicist and geneticist at Columbia University. And while excited about the idea of the dire wolf,
and I mean, gee, that's impressive. There's a certain wow factor, like how cool is that, right?
he has concerns.
The bottom line is a lot of the genome we still do not understand. And so one wants to be careful if you're mucking around with genes that there may be things we don't understand. You may produce a wolf that's twice as ferocious.
There are some critics who say these new dire wolves are more gray wolf than dire wolf, even though they're white. That's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.